All right, Larry Krueger here at Levi's Stadium for the Pig in a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er update on everything that happened down here on a Wednesday in Santa Clara. And of course, we are brought to you by Pig in a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig in a Pickle. Go say to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket. Get some brisket chili. The brisket chili is amazing. And tell them that Krug sent you. And this video also brought to you by Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. They're at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California, along the Monterey Peninsula. Man, I'd love to be down there today. Anthony Catania, my good friend, is at 831-521-5264. He is the owner of Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. So for all your sports cards and collectible needs, check them out. All right, let's talk about what we saw down here in Santa Clara as the 49ers practice. We just were at practice. Deebo was the only guy that didn't practice. He's got a calf strain. There's no Achilles related to his calf strain, according to Kyle, but he didn't practice today. Everybody else was a full go. And when I say everybody else, the first name that comes up is, are you saying Talanoa Hufanga is coming back? Yes, Talanoa Hufanga is coming back. He was a full go. Shanahan believes that he potentially will return this week. And what they really miss with Hufanga is he is a phenomenal communicator. And they had some communications breakdowns against the Vikings. So this is the perfect time to introduce Huff back into the mix. He's a full go this week. We'll see, he's coming off an ACL. We'll see how he practices and how he moves around. But we probably are going to see Talanoa Hufanga Sunday against the Rams at SoFi. Kyle was asked about Isaac Guerendo's one carry, and he said, I think you guys are making too much of it. I don't think there was a big run there. A lot of people are like, oh, he missed this huge, run possibility on that play because he read the block wrong. Yeah, he read the block wrong. He ran up the back of the offensive lineman. But Shanahan didn't think that there was a lot there. He said he probably could have gotten a yard or two on the run. He's downplaying it. They're going to take their time with Guerendo. He's really raw. Just remember this. Raw running backs who have a hard time kind of maneuvering in tight spaces usually do well in open spaces. So kickoff return, I think you're going to see him utilized there. Out of the backfield as a receiver, in the flat as a receiver, across the middle as a receiver. Areas where they can get him in space against a defender and test that defender's athleticism. I think you're going to see him isolated. I think he's going to be a key guy for the Niners. But what he's not going to be is he's not your every down running back. He's not a bell cow back. He doesn't have that pick and slide. Not yet. So we'll see if he can develop over time. Kyle was asked if he watched Deebo and BA last night on Deebo's new Bleacher Report show, and he's like, man, no. I did not. He goes, I get to watch that show every day here at the facility, so I know I did not watch their show. Kyle says that he believes he has the same amount of plays in the offense with Deebo and CMC, but of course there's plays that Deebo makes go, or that CMC really, because of his greatness, he makes that play go. And there's all sorts of plays that he probably can't call or won't call because they're not in there, but he says he has the same number of plays in the game plan week to week, even without those two guys on the field. Grant asked him about play action passes, and I guess if you look at the numbers, the Niners are throwing a lot less play action passes. Now, I believe it has something to do with the way teams are defending their play action game, which is not honoring the play fake and just jetting through to the quarterback. Kyle says that that play action doesn't do a lot when you've got a defense like Brian Flores has, where he's sending 6. If he's going to send 6, he says it's really, the play action just slows you down. And really, that's it. If a team's going to send 5 and 6 rushers at the quarterback and you go play action pass, well, you're going to take the snap from the center, but instead of just dropping back to pass, you're going to carry out the play fake. Well, that takes a second and a half. And if you have a 6-man rush, when you flip around after carrying out that play fake, somebody's going to likely be in your lap. And that's why you didn't see a lot of play action in this game. And also, I really believe that really since Philadelphia last year, or Philadelphia 2 years ago in the playoffs, they were the team that really didn't honor any of the 49ers play fakes in the play action game, and they had a lot of success, and it's a copycat league, and you kind of wonder if there were some teams that have been kind of copying that mindset against the Niners play action game, where they're just like, you know what, we're gonna play pass, and we're not even gonna honor the run fake. So interesting. We'll talk more about that, I'm sure, in the weeks ahead. I had a chance to talk to Renardo Green in the locker room, and Renardo said that, he does have experience at free safety. He doesn't expect to move to free safety. He feels comfortable both inside in the slot and outside. And I asked Kyle if we could expect to see more from Renardo Green and Malik Mustafa. And he said, I asked him, are they ready for more snaps? He said both of those guys have looked really good. They like what they've seen. And, it's obviously they got to wait their turn, but when their number's called, those guys are basically, one injury away from having full-time roles in the defense. So I do think we'll see more of Renardo Green and Malik Mustafa. And I think the Niners are looking for better coverage ability on the back end, whether it be a corner or safety. Kyle was asked about the Rams, prepping for the Rams without Aaron Donald. He said it's a lot different. Aaron Donald's a force of nature. And, the bottom line here is that this Rams team can't stop the run. They lost Donald. They lost Ernest Jones. They traded Ernest Jones this summer, who had 145 tackles last year. And in the first 2 weeks of the year, they've been outrushed by 250 yards or some ridiculous amount of yards in a short amount of time. They've given up 5.3 a carry to Detroit in week 1. They followed that up by giving up 5.8 a carry to James Conner and the Arizona Cardinals in week 2. They got, the one thing about this game that's a little scary is the Rams just got their doors blown off. And, so teams have a tendency, especially in week 3 when they're 0-2, to really fire. So the Niners are going to get a wounded, depleted Ram team that's desperate. That is just desperate. And so they're going to have to play with tremendous urgency on Sunday because they're going to get the Rams' best effort. The Rams have lost 2 in a row. They just got their doors blown off by the Arizona Cardinals. They will respond, and they're going to show up this week and fire. Now, the Niners should be able to run it on them all day, but the way this game starts is going to be huge. We are anticipating there's going to be a roster move of some kind this week, bringing some wide receiver or running back either onto the roster or onto the practice squad. There was nothing to announce today, but I do think we'll see something before the end of the week. And Kyle was asked about the Rams offense compared to the Vikings offense, and are they similar? And he says, they came from the same tree. They are similar in a lot of ways, so we'll see if that is an advantage for the Niners after having just faced the Vikings defense to turn around, or Vikings offense to turn around and get the Rams offense. Bottom line is there's no Puka Nacua, there's no Cooper Kupp. So we all know those are the 2 best weapons the Rams have. Also, no Tyler Higbee. The Rams line is depleted. I mean, this is the get-right game. And the Niners, so in a lot of ways, there's a lot of pressure on the Niners. In a lot of ways, this is exactly what you want. They have to win this game. The 49ers have to win this game. They have to get the W. And in reality, if they're going to have a great vibe here next week, they got to win this game convincingly. They got to show that they're the dominant team between the Niners and the Rams. Also, Kyle was asked about Jacob Cowing. He muffed a punt. Does Kyle still have confidence in him as a punt returner? The answer is yes. But he's also hoping that that's his one muffed punt and that there's not going to be more. So are they going to yank Cowing out of the lineup as a punt returner because of one muffed punt? No. But it's the NFL, and everything counts. And so don't get that second one because you could get yanked after the second one. And if it's not the second one, you almost assuredly would get yanked with the third one. So there's some pressure on the young kid to have, catch the ball with his hands, catch the ball like this. Don't catch the ball like this off your body. Hits your pads and then it could go anywhere. And that's really what happened to him. He's catching it like this, came like that, shot away from him. He then hit it even further away from him. Luckily, Isaac Yiadom fell on it, so it wasn't truly costly. But Shanahan says he's got confidence in Cowing. Cowing's got to catch the ball. It's as simple as that. That's going to do it for our Wednesday recap. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles for sponsoring this video. Thanks to all of you guys. Make sure you check me out tonight on KMBR's YouTube channel from 6 to 7 for Niners Nightly. We'll look ahead to the Niners and the Rams, and we'll talk about the real issues. Real versus fake, real concerns versus false concerns. We'll get into that tonight on Niners Nightly. Join me at 6 on the Sports Leaders YouTube channel from 6 to 7. Have a great day, everybody. Signing off from Santa Clara.